When you think about what makes a business truly thrive, you might think of a killer product or some amazing service. But what if the real secret sauce is something we often overlook? We're talking about communication. And today we're going to dive into how this is the true lifeblood of any successful company.
I mean, come on, we've all been there, right? Your inbox is an absolute nightmare. You've got notifications popping up from a million different apps, and you just know that one super important update is buried somewhere in all that chaos. It's a feeling pretty much everyone in the modern workplace can relate to.
And look, this isn't just a hunch or a feeling. The data backs it up in a big way. A whopping 80% of employees around the world say they are experiencing information overload. This proves it's not just you being disorganized. It's a massive, systemic problem that leads to confusion, burnout, and people just checking out.
So, what's the real damage here? What actually happens when all that overload turns into full blown miscommunication? Let's break down the cost because, well, it's surprisingly high. Yeah, the consequences are very real and they can be incredibly expensive. When messages get crossed, you get employees who are totally disconnected. You get customers who are confused by mixed signals. And in the worst case scenarios, it can spiral into some serious damage to a company's reputation. Let's be clear, getting this wrong really costs you. Okay, so we've laid out the problem pretty clearly. So what's the fix? Well, the solution isn't just more emails. It's a strategic, really intentional approach called corporate communication. So what is this exactly? Think of corporate communication as the company's central nervous system. It is way more than just sending memos. It's the planned, structured way an organization makes sure that everyone, from the brand new hire all the way up to the top investor, is on the exact same page. And you can really break this system down into two main parts. On one side, you have internal communication. This is all about aligning your teams, building a great culture, and just keeping the whole operation running smoothly. Then, on the other side, you have external communication. This is how the world sees you, building that brand reputation and managing all those public relationships. The key? It's two different audiences, but it has to be one unified strategy.
So we know what it is, but why should a business really invest time and money to get this right? Let's get into the payoff because it matters a lot.
Honestly, the benefits are huge. A really solid communication strategy builds a brand that people instantly get, that they recognize, that they trust. And internally, it turbocharges productivity because everyone has clarity. They know what they're supposed to be doing and, just as important, why they're doing it. And that clarity, that's what drives real engagement, which leads to teams that are more loyal, more innovative, and way more committed.
And listen, this whole engagement thing isn't just some fluffy, feel-good metric. It directly impacts the bottom line. According to Forbes, highly engaged teams are a massive 61% more profitable. That right there shows you that good communication isn't a soft skill. It's a core driver of business performance, period. All right, so hopefully you're on board now. The big question is, how do you actually do this effectively? Let's get practical. Let's walk through the playbook for success.
The playbook really boils down to 4 key steps. First up, you have to build a strategic plan. You can't just wing it and hope for the best. Second, you have to tell a consistent story everywhere, across every single channel. Third, and this one is absolutely critical, communication has to be a two-way conversation. It cannot just be a top-down announcement. And finally, you gotta use the right technology to get the right message to the right people at the right time. Okay, theory is great, but what does this look like in the real world? Let's check out a case study that shows these principles in action in a high-stakes situation.
Let's take a look at Target CEO Brian Cornell during the pandemic. Pay really close attention to his wording here, customers and staff. He didn't have one message for the public and a different one for his own team. By treating them as a single audience, he sent this incredibly powerful, unified message about safety. It's a total masterclass in making your internal culture your external brand. And the result of that, Target didn't just get through the crisis, they actually came out with a stronger brand reputation. They built this incredible well of trust with both their employees and their customers simply because their actions perfectly matched their words. That is the playbook executed flawlessly. So this all brings us to one final thought for you to take with you. Every single organization out there has a story to tell about its mission, its values, its people. After seeing just how powerful a clear, unified message can be, the question for you is, what's the one story your organization needs to start telling better?